Hello, my name is Elizabeth Barnes. I'm from My Race Kit. I specialize in multi-stage racing, and today we're going to talk about how to pack a backpack for a multi-stage race. So I have my kit laid out here, as you can see. The sleeping mat, in this case an inflatable mat, I've just rolled it up and I've attached it with Velcro straps at the bottom of the pack. I know that it won't fit inside until maybe after a couple of days when I have eaten through some of the food. So let's see how we best get all of this inside a pack. So when you pack your backpack, you really want to get the heavier items closer to your back so that you can minimize bounce of the backpack. So food is typically the heaviest of your items. So I'm going to start with the food and just pack that as close to the back as possible. You will see here that I have 7 packs of food. It's 1 pack for each day. I like to be organized. I think it helps to know what you're going to have each day. You can mark the packs, say day 1, day 2, day 3, etc. And then in day 6, day 7, they can go in the bottom of your pack. You never need to touch them until you get to that point. Okay, so we'll put the food in. Okay, so at this point I'm just going to start to close the pack. Okay, so that's our food in. Next, I have a windproof jacket here, so it might be useful to have access to this, especially if you're racing somewhere cold, or if you're racing at night, or if it can get windy, you might just want to have access to some spare clothing. So I'm just going to put this in one of these pockets here. I know it's there, so I can get to it without having to open my pack. And I'm going to take my sleeping bag. I'm going to try to fit this inside the backpack. Here I have some spare clothing. Got a down vest for cold evenings, very, very light and packed on really small. I've got 2 pairs of socks, some spare underwear. And these waterproof bags are really handy. They weigh very little, and then just keep your spare clothing fresh. We'll just put that in the bag. I have my cook set. Fuel can go inside the cook set. If you don't need to take fuel, then you can just put anything else in there to save some space. Put cook set up at the top. The spoon. The long handled spoons are really good for multi-stage racing. They're very hygienic, very easy to clean. And when you hold them, you can get to your food easily without your fingers actually touching the food. So I really recommend this long titanium spoon. So we pop that in the pack. There's nothing like a good night's sleep, so I always have a pillow with me. It's definitely worth the few extra grams. So that goes in there. You can pack that inside your sleeping bag if you want to. So the pack is filling up now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the rest of the items that don't fit in here into the front pack, and then after a couple of days, so we'll be able to fit everything into the pack once I've eaten some of the food. Okay. So before we move to the front pack, I'm just going to stick the poles in. If you take poles to a race, you take them with the intention of using them, so really they shouldn't be staying in your pack anyway. But for when you don't use them, you just need to stow them away somewhere. So in this case, we can actually use this slide here and just pop them down. If you put one with the handle down and the other one with the handle up, then they will both fit in there. There we go. So let's move to the front pack. So what do you need to have accessible during the day? Well, your running snacks for that particular day, they need to be accessible. So I'm just going to put them here in the outermost pocket. Salt tablets or salt capsules, similarly, they go there as well. Hand sanitizer, I usually take, in addition to a liquid hand sanitizer, a few wipes. So for the day when I run, I have a couple of wipes accessible and a little bit of loo roll. So that goes in there as well. Then in most races you get some kind of road book, so you might need to have that to hand. You put that in there. Head torch, especially if you're running a night stage, of course. A buff, if you're not wearing it, can be useful to have to hand. Soak it in water at checkpoints to cool yourself if you're running somewhere hot. The Swiss card's got knife, scissors, and other useful things, so that can be good to have to hand as well. If you run with music, you might want to put that in there. Spare sun cream and anti-chafe cream, it's also good to have to hand. And it's also useful to have just the essentials for blister management if you do get the hot spotter problem on the route. So a pack of blister shield powder, just some basic tapes, hypodermic needle, alcohol wipes. It's good to have to hand. So those are the things that I think you have to have accessible without taking your pack off. Then we have some other items that don't fit in the main pack, so we're going to put them in the front pack. Put them in the front pack now. Actually, I have the loo roll here. It can go in there. So here I have a compulsory kit. So usually with any race you have a certain amount of compulsory items. Put that in there. This is a little toiletry kit. I've got some Wemmy wipes, toothpaste and toothbrush, earplugs, very important for a good night's sleep, and a hand sanitizer. This is my little hardware bag. So I have 3 spare batteries for the head torch, a charger to charge my watch. I've got some mini tubes with glue, and I've got some gaffer tape, so that's just the basics for repairs and charging. And then I have another bag here with some additional toiletries. So I've got foot powder, 2 Tom's blister shields, a towel, some extra Gurney Goo anti-chafing, some extra sun cream, a little bit more tape, and hand sanitizer wipes and some Wemmy wipes. So that goes in there as well. So there's still a lot of room left in this front pack. When should you need even more room, we have these 2 pockets as well that come with the pack. one thing I tend to do to reduce the volume of my food is actually to vacuum pack it all. So that's something you can do to save more space in the pack. But yeah, that's it. Good luck.